think I'm live. Hello, I'm Dora, the explorer. I have a backpack because we always have a backpack, right? Because, well, we just don't know what adventure we're going to have, right? It could be an adventure to the shops. It could be an adventure to the city, like I did yesterday. It could be, oh, sorry, just got my hair in my mouth. It could be an adventure to the next state. It could be an adventure to a new country. But you know what? Every day can be an adventure. I guess that's what my channel's about, right? Now, obviously, I'm wearing a wig, right? I mean, I've actually never had black hair, but I don't mind it. So anyway, I just want to show you my outfit. These are my orange pants that I keep just for this outfit. I did have a pink shirt. I don't know what happened to it, but this is a pink shirt. And I have a backpack. Now, if you don't read too closely, it does say Barbie, but that's okay. We just wanted a backpack, right? So this is my Dora the Explorer outfit. So let me take a seat. So I have a cup of tea, which I need to have a cup of tea, right? Okay. So what the hell is going on here, Dora? Like, you've got some wig that now I've got a scratchy head. What is wigging out? What is wig adventure? Where did that come from? Now, do I have comments? Now, this Dora has to wear glasses when she's looking at the screen. I know it doesn't really go with the outfit, but like I care. This is me. I mean, I'm not really Dora the Explorer, obviously. It's only a nickname. And Explorer Dora 80 is my channel name. So obviously she's my alter ego, right? So where did this idea come from? Like all my ideas come from, just made up. Now, I have comments somewhere. Where are they hidden? Oh, there we go. I haven't used Streamyard in ages. Susan! Debbie Sue! Gaza! Dora to explore Africa. Yes, yes. Debbie Sue. Hi, Susan. I emailed you back. Hi, Gaza. Gaza, High Country Homestead. Gaza. Susan is High Country Homestead. Call her by Susan. It's much easier than High Country Homestead. If you want to. I mean, you can call Susan anything you like. Debbie Sue's got, but you look like Dora the Explorer. I know, don't do you like? Sally! And Debbie Sue saying hello to Sally. So welcome, guys. Thank you for joining my very quickly put together live. Now, let me just tell you where this came from, because there's always a story, right? There's a story in between the story. I get sidetracked in the stories. You know how this works, right? So thank you for being here, first of all. And, well, I was watching Sally Reality. Oh, now it's got Sally Reality's check. Okay, Sally's D-Reality. I think we all know Sally, right? Sally. Maybe Gaza doesn't know Sally, but you might actually get to know Sally here. Okay, Gaza. So, and Susan, I think High Country Homestead, do you know Sally? I think you do, maybe. I don't know. We kind of all know each other, but we don't know each other. It's a very weird world we live in, right? So, Sally did a short the other day, and she was talking, but all I could see was the wig, right? I mean, I'm a very visual kind of person, right? And all I saw was this wig, green tinsel wig. And I went, wow, that's cool. Sally looks cool in a wig. And I thought, And I put in the comments, as I do, I have verbal diarrhea in the comments. And I went, it'd be really cool to do a live wig gig. Hey, that rhymes. I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. So anyway, I was like, in the comments, and Sally's went, oh, yeah, that'd be a really cool idea. And anyway, so we were like trying to get a few people together to do a live. But also the other reason is it's hard to organize a live. Like our friend Karen from YouTube Over 40, she's our kind of, fun girl. Oh my gosh, we might actually have someone to join our wig off today, guys. But let me just finish this story, guys. So anyway, Karen normally organizes a lot of the lives, right? And she has the Streamyard that she pays for. I have the free Streamyard, okay? So with free Streamyard, you can only have 6 people on the screen at a time. and you can't put it on other people's channels, and they can't. Yeah. Anyway, it's a lot harder because it's free, right? Who cares? It is free. So anyway, I reached out to Sally, and Sally's like, yeah, I'm in. Rhonda, yep, she's like, oh, I'm in. Debbie Sue, unfortunately, is busy at the moment, but she'll be, supporting in the background. I reached out to a couple of people. We might have a few people drop in later on. Just the timing wasn't always great for everyone. So I was like, you know what? Now or never. I'm just going to put a schedule one and see what happens. This is what it is. This is wigging it. Okay, but there is a theme. There is a theme. There is a question. The question is, tell a funny adventure story or inspiring story. It can be yours or it could be your own. So that's what it's about today. So if you have a wig and you have an adventure story, and it can be local. It can be about going to the corner shop, right? Every day can be an adventure. It doesn't have to be overseas. Not like Dora, who wants to chase 80 countries, okay? No, that's not reality, right? Reality is that every day we can have an adventure. So what I'm saying is we can all have a Dora inside us. We just have to let her out of the box. Yes, you would say that maybe Dora got way out of the box. But anyway, I don't even know where the box is. So that is what we're talking about today, guys. I have a story. I have many stories, as you can imagine. It is inspiring / funny and also sad, but that's all right. Sometimes stories have to have an element of all different kinds of things. So we do have someone in the background today. Does anyone guess who might be in the background today? And she does have a wig. Does anyone know? Okay, well, I'm just going to put her on. Okay, let's figure out how to do this now. Yep, add to stage. Ooh, who do we have? Ooh, is that Sally D?
Yes.
Ooh, hello.
Hello, darling Dora.
How are you? Actually, Sally, I don't think we've actually ever met on a live before, have we?
I don't know.
I don't know
but
either.
It's lovely. It's so lovely.
We're meeting for the first time.
Hi. Hugs.
Hi.
Huggy hug.
Nice to meet you on the screen in a wig. I do like this wig. It's very nice.
Beautiful purple, huh?
It's very nice purple.
Very hot.
It's also, is it scratchy?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I think we might have knits too. Yeah, I don't know. Look, what we do for YouTube, hey? We endure for YouTube. I mean, we might actually have to have.
No.
I actually do have something prepared earlier.
Do these people even, appreciate us?
Oh, look, you know what? I think as long as we appreciate ourselves, that's the main thing, right?
Yeah. So right.
So, hi, Susan's got here. Hi, Sally. Love the purple. Yes, wigs are scratchy and hot and scratchy. Yeah. And yes. Debbie Sue's got, of course we appreciate you. Of course.
Of course, darling.
Of course. And you've got a cat running behind you, jumping up.
Oh,
behind you.
That's Mr. He's just the love of my life.
Okay. So, Sally, can I ask you, have you got something so you can see the chat?
What's that?
On your phone? Have you got something so you can see the chat on your phone? Like, so you can see the chat?
I can look at my iPad. Yeah, sure.
There you go. Cool. That way, at least you can participate, because I know with the free version, you can't actually see the chat. Part of the fun is actually, responding to the chat.
Debbie Sue knew it would be me. Man, I can't surprise that Debbie Sue.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have told Debbie Sue what was going on.
Where's Rhonda? Who else is coming?
Well, Rhonda, unfortunately, like I said, I just put this out there because people were saying, Karen was saying, well, just pick a date. I said, you tell me what's available for you, because and she's like, well, just pick a date. I went, oh, it's just so hard because everyone's so I think you're 16 hours behind me. I've got people in Ireland and Africa at the moment, and they're 7 hours, 8 hours behind. I don't know. It's hard to work out the time zones, right? So yes. It's 6:26 a.m. here on a Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. What time is it for you?
It is almost 3:30.
Okay.
PM.
p.m. Yeah, on
Yeah, because
Saturday.
I'll talk to you at 3 a.m.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah, it's
You
very
know, 'cause
confusing. Very confusing.
I'm
So welcome,
a
guys.
zombie.
Well, welcome in, guys. It says there's 7 people, and they're probably all going, "Who the hell are these people? And what are they doing in these beautiful hairdos?"
Where am I from? I'm from Sally D's Reality. I'm from Pittsburgh. Why?
Well, why not?
Yes.
So Gaza is actually an Australian. So we've actually got. Let's see who's in the house. So Gaza S2 is actually an Australian. A friend I've made for doing. Gaza's Australian. He loves football. So if you want to talk football with him,
no,
he will love you to death. So I've talked football with Gaza. So that's why we're mates. And then we have High Country Homestead, who's Susan. So you know Susan, don't you, Sally?
Yes, you did that for her to get her you know, her subs.
Yeah, cool.
For her 1,000 subs.
Perfect. Okay, so High Country Homestead is Susan. She's from Victoria. So we have 2 Australians in the house that I know of so far. Okay, and then we have Simply Debbie Sue. Simply Debbie Sue is from
It's right
Virginia.
there by the map.
And then we have, who else have we got here? I think that's it. Well, that's actually said hello so far. There's a few people in the background probably not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. And then obviously we have you. Sally D.
I don't know where you are.
So Sally D is talking to her husband. So I don't know who else is going to come in. I did have Jazz, but Jazz is actually in Africa at the moment. And I won't say what's going on with Jazz, but I'm just sending my love to Jazz at the moment. Jazz is okay, but there's some stressful stuff happening for Jazz. It's actually, I'm not even, actually, I won't go there because that's Jazz's story. And Jazz you guys know Jazz Nomad TV. So she will talk about it in the next couple of days. But all I'm saying, she's well, but unfortunately she couldn't make the live. That's why I made it so early in the morning, so in my morning, so that I could try to get some of the people in the European region, be able to mix with the American people, with the Australian, New Zealand people. But obviously Karen couldn't make it because she doesn't have a wig because I put it too quickly. But again, it was so hard to organize. She's in New Zealand, they're 3 hours ahead of me. So if I made it at 6 a.m. in the morning, it'd be 9 o'clock in the morning for her, which is fine on a Sunday. Oh my gosh, we have a character change. And she's even got
messy. It was on Bonita had it on, but she gave it back to me all messy. She didn't clean it up. You know, Bonita.
She actually, we're giving off Rapunzel vibes.
No, Bonita and Decayed, right?
Who's that?
My friends that I had to pick up at the bar.
Oh.
Did you watch that video?
No, obviously not. So we had Jazz, and we might actually, I'm not going to tell you who, but she's from the European region. She might drop in, but love it.
I always wanted to do that.
Go do it again.
Might take the whole thing off.
I was waiting for that to happen too. So we might have a few drop-ins. Gaza, if you have a wig, you're welcome to join us. Susan, do you have a wig? If you have a wig, I'd love to see you jump in the live. I can put the chat. I can put the link to the chat in the. Oh yeah, there we go. I can actually put it in the chat. Obviously, no weirdos are going to be let in.
I think these classes.
If you have a wig, and you have a story, a local story, whatever you want to tell us a story of something fun that happened or inspiring in your life, of course you can come online. Oh, so your glasses are interchangeable.
Yeah.
Oh, how many colors do you have?
Well, this is my this is my Casper shape. The other one, or my Kirby shape, I have this many. Some of them I yeah.
Are they prescription?
My glasses, my glasses are prescription, but these are just,
Oh, the outlines. Oh, right. Oh, wow.
The magnet. Yeah. Maybe when I get monetized, they'll hire me.
That is really cool. Okay, I'm just turning the fan on because it's spring here in Australia and it's actually quite humid here, and this humidity under my wig is really starting to make me perspire, which I
Yes,
don't
very
like
much
doing.
so. Very much
Yeah.
so.
So, guys, I have a travel story. So, adventure story. So, this is what this is about.
Oh,
Is
Dora,
telling.
can I
Yes,
interrupt you for a minute?
sure, go
Somebody
for it.
wanted to make an appearance.
Oh, okay.
Change my-
Is it the cat?
Hi, ladies. How are you? I hope
Hi,
everything is fine with
hey,
you. How,
what's your
it's
name?
Serge. I'm not in the military, darling. I'm Serge. Just call me Bob.
I'd rather Serge. Serge, where are you from?
Oh, I can't tell you, darling. I'm in the Witless Relocation Program.
Can I ask what you did?
I'm sorry, dear.
It's a
What did you
beautician.
do to end up in the witness protection program?
I can't tell you that. I'd have to kill you. That's why I'm incognito.
Oh, so that's not your real hair?
I don't have any hair. This is just all picha.
He's my hairdresser.
So I just do a little side gig as hairdresser.
Well, nice to meet you, Serge.
Nice to meet you, dear. I am so proud of you. Serge.
Sarge.
Call me Bob. I'm so proud of you doing 75 hard. I can't tell you the
Thank
last time
you.
I did hard.
This is not after hours.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nice.
This is a
All right. Ow, you see the abuse I take. You see the abuse I take.
Oh, nice to meet you, Serge.
Nice to meet you, too.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is more Wednesday or like
I don't know. It needs combed.
I think it's like Halloween vibes, like the Addams Family.
Oh yeah. This is the
Addams
one
Family.
that Decade was wearing.
Oh,
You know Decade?
no, I don't know who DK is.
Decade.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, Dora, go ahead with your story, darling.
So like I said, everyone's got a story, right? We all have stories, and not everyone has wigs, and I get that. But this is just a impromptu, have some fun, wearing a wig. Why not? Wig out, and let's tell a story. Okay. Now, I tried to make it adventure story because, like, that's what my channel's about. Okay, and I'm trying to be a little bit more on theme, like, but you know, it's hard to go. I mean, I go off theme all the time, guys. I mean, my niche is about travel and adventures, but you know, it's about life, right? That's why I did the 75 hard, because it's about my life, right? So I don't care about going off theme, but I tried to make it sometimes go on theme, but you know, it goes off theme a lot. So anyway, whatever. So anyway, my story today. So Sally, I'm going to mute you for a bit just so that
What?
I'm going to mute you for a bit so I can tell my story, okay?
Oh, I'm being noisy. Sorry.
No. Actually, no. I can stay there. That's right. So anyway, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I've got 7 people there. And Sally, do you have a story to go after this?
I can make up one.
Okay, good-o. We're good. All right. So guys, so actually our friend in the community, Miss Paula, I always call her Miss Paula, but it's Mrs. Paula Does Retirement. We all know Miss Paula, right? But I call her Miss Paula. But anyway, funnily enough, or interestingly enough, Miss Paula did a video that came out a couple of hours ago. Now, she is not washing dishes in this video. She's actually getting fit. And she mentioned in her video, she mentioned, oh, that's better. We're like twins. We're twins. Okay, we're twins. All right. So Miss Paula, I don't know, Sally, have you seen Miss Paula's video? Has anyone seen Miss Paula's video? Maybe, I think Sally, Debbie Sue, maybe you saw Miss Paula's video already?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so she's talking about climbing her Mount Everest, right? And she wants to get fit, and okay, yeah, some of us have. But if you haven't, go check out the video. It's a really good video. Mrs. Paula Does Retirement. She is going to get fit. She lives on a little farm, or a farm, and she has a couple of hills on her yard. So she's climbing she wants to climb her Everest. So this ties in quite well because my story is about Everest. Now, I didn't climb Mount Everest, guys, so calm down, okay? I don't think I'm that crazy. So, you know, who knows? But climbing up to the Mount Everest is actually, you know, quite dangerous. So I'm not that crazy. But I did go to Everest Base Camp. So Everest Base Camp is at the bottom of Everest, looking up at this bloody big thing. So this has been a bucket list of mine for many, many years. Now, this is a story that is inspiring, funny, plus sad. I'm going to try to keep it really short as I can, okay? I know that will be hard. So my father was a big mentor in my life, okay? And I would share all my stories about, you know, where I'm going to go traveling with him. And one of the places I really wanted to go and always wanted to go was Everest Base Camp. Now, the reason why I never went was because it's not easy to get to Everest Base Camp. I will drop, Gaza, I will drop her link in the chat later on, okay? So I never went. And then I met Diego, aka Ben, my partner. Miss Paula, we were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? Miss Paula's on here now too. Miss Paula, do you actually have a wig by chance? Sorry, we're sidetracked with my story now.
We just mentioned her.
Oh, no, exactly. So I think her ears were burning. So she's like, oh, my God, they're talking about me. I better get on there.
Actually, I was going to text her, but.
Oh, okay. So, Miss Paula, let me tell you what we're doing here is we're doing a live with wigs, as you can see. I'm wearing one wig. Sally is wearing many wigs. She has many personalities. And
tell her who came to visit.
Oh, and Sergio. Sergio came to visit. He couldn't tell us where he's from, but that's okay. But Sergio came to visit. So, Miss Paula, if you have a wig, please jump on. We'd love to chat with you too. But what we're doing at the moment, I'm out in the field. Okay. She's out doing some work. Or she's climbing her Mount Everest.
I love it.
Gaza, yeah. So Gaza, Mount Everest is it's between China, Nepal, not in Pakistan. Yeah. Really Everest. It's in between Tibet, which unfortunately China has now taken over, and then Nepal. But it's in Nepal, mostly in Nepal, but you can enter it from many areas. So Miss Paula's got here, I don't have a wig. Okay, that's all right. So Miss Paula, you were talking about climbing your Mount Everest, and I was very inspired watching your video. I love that you're getting fit. That's amazing because I think that we all at a certain age need to address our health, and you addressing yours. So I think that's great. So I'm cheering you on, Miss Paula.
Me too.
Everyone's cheering you on.
I was yelling at the TV. Yes, Paula, you can do it.
Do it. So I will drop the link to Miss Paula's video because Gaza was asking about the video. So I will drop that link soon. But let me just go back to my story, okay? Because it ties in with my Mount Everest sad, funny, inspiring story, okay? That's what I was talking about, guys. So I always wanted to go to Mount Everest. I met Diego, and Diego's said to me, well, you know, you've been to all these countries. Like, do you have a bucket list? And I said, oh, yeah, I have a bucket list. I have many places I'd like to go in this world. And guys, when I talk about traveling overseas, I know a lot of people don't want to travel overseas, and that's okay, right? There's many places I want to go, even in my home state in Queensland. So, you know, there's places that I really want to go to that I've not been to in my state. So I might strive to want to go to these weird and wonderful places overseas, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to. You could also, be striving to go to places in your own state, country, the next state over, okay? So Dory just is a bit extra, okay? As you can see, look at me with my curdle outfit. Like, I've even got a backpack on, right? Actually, Sally, did you see my outfit?
Yes, I saw the whole thing, yep.
Okay, since
I was here.
The new people are there, let me just show you my outfit.
Backpack. She has a backpack.
Backpack, because Dora always has to have a backpack. And these are my colours, my Dora colours. I don't know if Dora actually had colours, but she does now. So Oh, isn't that beautiful? Sally's got here. You are my hero, my inspiration, Paula. Isn't that beautiful?
You
So
are
we're
too,
all.
Dora.
Oh, thank you. I think we're all inspiring in our own ways, right? Like we all have our own things, right? And I think it's really beautiful that we get to share them on YouTube because,
We're
like,
just
for
a core
example,
tribe.
yeah, the core tribe. And, like we all have, things that we inspire to. And I think by sharing them, we're putting it out to the universe. Like I did with the 75 Hard, I put it out to the universe and I told you all about it. And we did it. We did it together, right?
Yeah.
We got it done. So Miss Paula's going to get it done too. She's going to climb her Mount Everest. Gaz is here saying, do you want to climb Mount Everest? No, I don't want to climb Mount Everest. Definitely not. It's quite dangerous, right? You might lose Dora. I mean, I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. So my story goes, right? So Diego basically said, well, what's your bucket list? And I said, you know what? Going to Everest Base Camp. So Everest Base Camp is at the base of Everest, not at the top, guys, just to be clear. Completely different areas. Everest is right up there, is right down there, the base, the bottom of the base. So I said, I'd love to do that. So there is, many tracks or tours or group tours, adventure tours, anything that take you to hey, Charlie, that take you to Everest Base Camp. Okay. You can do it yourself, but it's pretty, you want to know where you're going. You don't want to get stuck in these mountains in the middle of, the Himalayas, not knowing where you want to go. So anyway, long story short, I was training to go to Mount Everest Base Camp, right? So lots and lots of hiking. And then unfortunately, my dad got sick. Okay. Unfortunately, this time he passed away. Okay. So this is the sad part of the story. And my dad was my role model. And he always said, if you want to do something, do it. Right. So that's where I get my crazy, let's just do anything kind of thing from. So when my dad passed away, obviously I went through, the grief. But, about a month later, I thought to myself, you know what? My dad would not want me sitting here crying. He would want me to keep on living my life, right? So I thought, you know what, Diego, let's keep on training. Let's go to Everest Base Camp. So 3 months after my father passed away, we had booked the trip and we're training to go to Everest Base Camp. So we're hiking, lots of hiking. You can never be too prepared for Everest Base Camp because they say the fittest people can still get sick and get altitude sickness because you're like 3,000. I don't know if someone can Google this for me, but Everest Base Camp is 3,000 or was it 4,000? Oh, it's high, guys. It's high, but not as high as Everest Base Camp, guys. But so the altitude sickness is real, right? Okay, we have another person in the background. No, we have Heather. Hey, Heather. Heather, did you have a wig by chance? If you do have a wig, you're welcome to join.
Hi.
So basically, long story short, I decided that I would take some of my dad's ashes to Everest Base Camp. So it was a highly emotional trip for me because I obviously carry my dad's ashes in my backpack and it's a hard hike. Now, this is the funny story of it. On day one, knowing that I could only have one shower along this track, it takes you 14 days to get to Everest Base Camp, right? So you're walking. And, we've got Big D's Place. Hello, Big D's Place.
Have you ever thought of...
Oh, okay. This is Serge. Have you ever thought about training for the Ironman competition? No. No, but I mean, I want, back in the day, I would have liked to.
One of my students' parents did that.
Really?
She did several of them.
Right.
You could do it.
And Miss Paula's got here, Reddy wants to go to Everest Base Camp, but he's too old. Well, I would say, my uncle was 55 the last time he went to Everest Base Camp. So my uncle did it twice. They do say the older you get, the more chance of getting altitude sickness. So you've got to be careful. So, it's a real thing, altitude sickness, because you are going up higher and obviously it's harder and harder to breathe. So anyway, on this track, there is not opportunity to have a shower, guys, because it's cold. And I was there in December, which is coming into their cold season. It's not snowing yet, but it's freezing cold. And basically, you're staying in little tea huts along the way. And let's just put you in the picture. It's so cold that the toilets are iced over. Okay? So just saying, you don't really want to have a shower because it's too cold, right? So basically, I bought merino. Have you ever heard of merino underwear? Basically, it's like long johns. It's supposed to keep you warm, merino wool. It's from New Zealand. And basically, the sheet from merino wool basically is very clean too. It keeps you clean, as in it doesn't hold the smell. So like if you're doing a long track and you're not, you're sweating a lot and you're not having a shower, it holds your smell basically. So keep that as a story too. So day one, knowing that I'd probably only have one shower when I got to a place called Namche Bazaar, which is kind of like the highest big town in the Himalayas. Anyway, long story short, day one, Dora goes, I need to go to the toilet, right? I'm walking along, need to go to the toilet. And unfortunately, women are not equipped like men to easily go to the toilet. We have to, squat, right? And I'm not the best squatter, guys, okay? I'm just sorry, guys. I always bring back to a toilet conversation. I am not the best squatter. So if you go to certain countries like Asia, they have squat toilets. They don't have these sit-down toilets that we're lovingly used to here in Western world countries. So you actually have to squat over a hole. Now, I'm not very good at that. I always wee on myself, put it that way. So the alternative to that is has anyone ever heard of a shiwi? Basically, you have a shiwi, which is like a contraption that you put in front of your private bits, and you can stand and wee like men. So like, why not, right? So anyway, Dora had practiced with this shiwi in the toilet a few times to make sure that, she was good. She was good. Apparently she wasn't. Just saying. So this is day one. Day one. And I'm taking all these layers of pulling all these layers of clothes down because I'm wearing quite a few layers of clothes. It's cold, right, in the Himalayas. And I'm standing over a hole under the ground. There's this big hole I can see under the ground where everyone's done their business. I'm standing, though, thinking I'm okay with my little shiwi. And apparently I'm not okay. I weed all over myself. So anyway, I have to basically pull up my leggings, which are my merino long johns, and keep on walking. So I walk out and Diego's looking at me going, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, can you smell anything? And he goes, no. I said, that's good. So basically, I weed on myself and I had to wear those merino leggings for like another 5 days or something. No joke. So that's my funny story. So Gaz has got here, is there no toilets and cafes in the mountains of Everest? Well, yeah, there is. But when nature calls, there's not always a toilet around. Like we're talking, these are hiking tracks. So funny, Sally. The cat looks like it's on your head. Can you see that? Or you can't see that. Oh, it just looks like it's on your head. So it's like funny. So, so no, when you're tracking in the Himalayas, there's many sections that is just track. There's nothing there. So guys can just pee on the side of the track, right? Women are a little bit more noticeable. So that is a problem. But obviously you are sweating a lot. So a lot of the times you don't actually wee a lot because you're drinking so much water that the temperature, it's hard. Yeah. So anyway, I did wee. There was a little cafe, but the cafe had not a normal toilet, Gaza. So like I said, we're talking about in the Himalayas, in Nepal, a lot of the places in like downtown, like Kathmandu, have normal toilets, but not in the Himalayas. They have holes in the ground. So basically that is your toilet. The hotels that we stayed at, the little tea houses, they had toilets. But like I said, they were like frozen. So literally you go to the toilet and your wee would splash back up at you because the toilet's frozen. So it's an issue. So anyway, that's the funny side of the story. The serious side of the story is it's a very hard hike. Even though you're really, really fit, you can't breathe. I also got a flu because it was cold. So I went from summertime in Australia into cold weather in Nepal. So the change of weather, all the exercise I had done gave me an instant flu. So I was walking up the mountain. I can't breathe because my nose is full of snot. The altitude is getting harder and harder because you're getting higher and higher. So it doesn't add to a very good experience when you're walking. But of course, Dora wasn't going to give up. She was carrying ashes in her backpack, and her dad had always wanted to go to Everest Base Camp. My dad's brother, Uncle Jack, who's one of my favorite uncles, he'd been twice to Everest Base Camp. One of my cousins had gone with him too. And the last time my uncle went, my cousin had to carry him down because he got altitude sickness. So it's quite a serious thing. You obviously have to have travel insurance because if you get sick up on these mountains, you do want to get a helicopter to come get you. Okay. So, it's a big deal. And I always say, always get travel insurance where you go to places because you just don't know what's going to happen, right? It does cost a little bit of money for travel insurance, but if you can afford a flight or a trip to a travel place, you can afford the insurance because I'll let you know, to get a helicopter to Everest Base Camp will cost you like $10,000 US. Okay. And they want payment there on the spot. So not a lot of people are going to have $10,000 they could drop on a credit card or whatever to pay for a helicopter if they didn't have travel insurance. So it's a pretty big deal. You want to have travel insurance. So of course I had travel insurance. So basically the trip was amazing, guys. If you ever want to see mountains that are just go forever and ever, and it's just, I can't even tell you guys, it's a place that without seeing it with your own eyes, like I could show you a million pictures, but without seeing it yourself, like it's just amazing. Like the air is so cold and so clean, but at the same time you can't breathe, right? But it's just breathtaking, but in a different way. But anyway, the moral of my story is I eventually ended up getting altitude sickness. So I pushed myself too much. So guys, it is a thing to push yourself too much. So I am aware that I am a little bit crazy with my, getting, trying to get fit and, push myself to the limits. But keeping in mind that this is probably the worst time I have ever had where I pushed myself to the limits too much that I could have killed myself. Like I said, it's a big deal. Getting to Everest Base Camp is not easy. Some people say it's easy. Some people say it's hard. Some people have died. Some people have not made it. They give up. Okay. And maybe Dora should have given up. Okay. I probably should have read the signs. I couldn't breathe already because I already had, a flu. So, the oxygen wasn't getting into my lungs. And I was pushing myself. So when you're going climbing, and you can't breathe much and and the altitude is getting thinner, you're putting more, I guess, more pressure on your lungs and all your organs. So that kind of thing. Oh, look, we have Karen. Hey, Karen. Karen's got here. I'm not going to risk pushing myself too much. Yeah, I know. Look, and to be honest, if I probably didn't have my dad's ashes with me, I probably would have given up, guys. I'm going to be honest. I probably pushed myself too much, and my dad would have said, "Bloody go back! Don't carry my ashes. I don't want to be put there, right?" But I just had this thing that in my head that my dad always wanted to go to Everest Base Camp, so why not take some of his ashes to Everest Base Camp, right? So he's actually seeing it himself. I know it's a really weird kind of scenario. But anyway, moral of the story is I ended up getting there. It took me a long time. The final day to get to the base camp is hell. It's literally hell. It's not easy. And, okay, so High Country Homestead, Susan's got here. South Cape is 5,364 meters. So basically that's 17,598 feet. So that's how high it is, guys. The Tibet side is a bit lower, but the Tibet side is harder to get to. The side on the Nepal side. Thank you for doing that, Susan. So yeah, we're talking 17, like basically 18,000 feet, guys. It's high, and that's base camp. Everest base camp is like not double, but Everest is 8,000 meters above sea level. It's huge. So we're talking hardly any air getting into your windpipes. Basically, it's like every step feels like you're climbing a mountain. And I'm only at this time, well, the final day, I'm walking flat. And it's hell. I'm not joking, guys. But again, I had a mission. I wanted to put, ashes of my dad's at base camp. I did it. I have video footage of it. I have photos. Do I remember much of it? Not really, guys. I'm going to be honest. I was so fatigued. I was so pushing myself beyond probably my physical limits that I probably didn't experience the moment as much as I should have. Would I do it again? Probably. But that's me, right? I'm over the top and an extra, right? Did I learn a lesson? Probably not. You can see that I've done all these challenges in the last couple, in this last year that, I probably pushed myself, but I know my limits now, guys. If I know what I knew now, looking back, that was 7 years ago, I was not even as fit as what I am now, guys. So the person I am today is way more fitter, way more healthier than the Dora that climbed Everest Base Camp. So, yeah, look, sometimes we do things that push us to limits and sometimes we should have stopped. But, obviously I made it. I did actually have to get a helicopter off where I was staying that night. So, yeah, basically the moral of my story is the human body can put up with a lot. You should read signs, and that is one thing that I am doing now, guys. I am reading signs. Like your body will tell you things. Like a little while ago, I ended up pushing myself too much. I was dehydrated, doing a lot of exercise, and I wasn't taking hydrolytes. Hydrolytes are really important when you're doing a lot of exercise. So it gave myself anxiety and panic attack. All I needed to do was drink electrolytes, put those minerals back in my body, and I felt good. So I'm learning. I know that I've just turned 50 and, step by step, I'm learning a little bit more. But, yeah, listen to yourself. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you things. But, it is what it is. But like I'm saying, that story, getting to Everest Base Camp, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know a lot of you guys are, trying to get fit. And I guess, Miss Paula saying that the hill that she's trying to climb is her Everest. And getting to Everest Base Camp was like my Everest. Like I said, I don't want to go to Everest, the top of Everest. It's crazy. It's also cost you about 80,000. I think it costs about $50,000 US to get up the top. And you have to pay for guides. Oh, yeah, it's really expensive, really expensive. Basically, it's like you actually have a guide pretty much pulling you up the mountain. And I don't really want that. If I was going to climb a mountain, I want to be able to climb it with, possibly with my own feet, right, and be about to do it. Not by myself, but properly, right? I don't want to be held my hand up the mountain. So it's becoming a bit of a tour trap, basically, where people are just trying to do it for notadori, basically, I climbed Everest, but I climbed Everest, but someone basically pushed them all the way up. So yeah, anyway, that's my story, guys. That's my funny because I peed on myself and had to wear those leggings the whole time. Inspiring because we all have we all have an Everest that we want to climb, but yeah, take that story however you want to take it. And well, it's an adventure, right? I did get there and I did unfortunately have to get a helicopter off. So basically that day I got to Everest Base Camp, I walked back to my tea house, they call it. And when I got back to my tea house, I vomited everywhere.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. So basically, they put an oxygen mask on you to see how much oxygen's in your lungs, and I was quite low. I can't remember the actual details, guys, but like I was like 5% away from like death zone. So it's a big deal. I did push myself way too hard. So basically what I had to do was either they gave me an option. This is 5:30 at night, right? By this time, it's freezing cold, even colder at nighttime in the Himalayas, like right at the top. They said what you need to do when you get altitude sickness is go down a level, and then you start feeling better. So basically there's no cars up there, right? There's only tracks. So they offered me a donkey. No joke, guys. They offered me a donkey and they said, right, you can get on a donkey and they will take you down a level and you will feel better. But we need to go now because your oxygen is very, very low. The other alternative is you can pay for oxygen. It was very expensive, but when you're in that kind of mode, it doesn't really matter, right? I wasn't going outside on a donkey to go down a mountain, going down a mountain and freezing cold. I was already wearing all my blankets plus Diego's. I couldn't get cold. I couldn't get warm. So basically I paid for oxygen, and then my oxygen went up and I was fine. But apparently once you have the oxygen, you're probably a little bit hallucinating or something. And apparently it's just not safe to be walking back down. So basically they called a helicopter. So the helicopter came the next morning because obviously the helicopters can't come at nighttime. So I was fine. I slept like a baby because I had the oxygen on. The next morning I felt completely fine. But yeah, I actually ended up scoring a helicopter, picked me up from nearly the base of Everest Base Camp, and I had the most joyful flight back to Kathmandu. So yeah, like, you know, you've got to look at the positives of the thing. I know it was a serious thing, guys. Like I'm addressing the fact that it was serious. I could have killed myself. But there are reasons for it. I wasn't fit enough. I got the flu. Anyway, I don't need to go into that, guys. But what I'm trying to say is, guys, it is serious, but at the same time, there was a blessing in that. I got this amazing helicopter ride that I didn't have to pay for. Like I said, it cost like $10,000 US. Insurance paid for it because I had travel insurance. So I'm not saying that this is a good thing to do, climb up and then pretend to be sick and then get the helicopter down. But Diego, he ended up walking down. He goes, do you want me to come back with you? I said, no. I'm fine now. I'm out of danger. As soon as I go back to Kathmandu, I'm fine. So he walked down and he caught up with me about 3 or 4 days after. So I had a nice time to myself in Kathmandu. The hospital they put you up in, because it's travel insurance pay for it. So they put you up in a very, very swanky hospital. It was like a hotel. Like, guys, I backpack, guys, so I always stay in the cheapest and dirtiest of places. Not dirty, but I'm about cheap. I don't care about where I sleep. But this hospital was like a hotel. It had room service, it had Wi-Fi, had air conditioned. I had my own private toilet. I didn't have to squat over. It was so funny. Oh, you got the green wig on. I like the green wig. Sally, that was the wig that I actually, when you were doing that short, I said, we should do a wig off.
Yeah. This is my St. Patrick one, because St. Patrick's my favoriteest holiday, more than Christmas, anything, St. Patrick's Day. And I have shamrock glasses to go with them too.
Oh, do you? Do you have Irish in your background?
Do I have what?
Irish in your background.
Yes. My mom was 100% Irish. Finnerty's and McCaffrey. Yep.
Oh, of course. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so that's the other reason why you love St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Do you have a big St. Patrick's Day parade in your town?
Yeah, they do.
Cool. Do you ever dress up and go?
No, I was always working, but Okay,
maybe next St. Patrick's Day. Dawn on the wig.
Yeah, and I have the clothes.
What's your clothes?
I'll send you pictures.
Okay, cool. All right, sounds good. So Gaz is asking, where's Kathmandu? Kathmandu is in Nepal. So the Himalayas, or Everest, is actually on the border of China and Nepal. They fight over it all the time. China wants to own it, but Nepal's holding on to it. But it's actually obviously China. Tibet is actually the country that it overlaps, but China has taken over Tibet. But we won't make that political because free Tibet. Anyway, that's another story. So, guys, that was my story. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that was longer than it really needed to go to, but over to Sally D with her green wig, because this is where it came from. We were watching Sally G in a short, and I said, let's do a wig.
I love dressing up. It all goes back
I
to
love
my
it too.
kindergarten
It's
days. I have
great.
I used to make up things to make the kids dress like we would be able to dress up.
Oh, that's
Like
great.
pajama day and things like that. And right before Christmas, we'd watch the movie with the jingle bell, get your jingle bell. What's that called? What is that movie called? Well, they have the little boy doesn't get a bell that rings. I don't remember.
No idea.
Polar Express.
Oh, Polar Express. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I've never seen that movie. I've actually never seen it.
Really?
No.
Well, we would pretend like we were at the drive-in, and I'll have like the little boxes for each of them to sit in, like they're in their car, and we'd have like popcorn and stuff, and then I would hand out the tickets like they did on the train. Yeah.
Oh. Well, actually, now that you mention it, I'll watch that movie for Christmas because it's Christmas season, obviously. So we're getting into the Christmas movies. So I will sort out that video.
Polar Express is a wonderful movie. You have to watch it, guys. It's nice, clean, fun, for little kids and everything. It is.
Well, High Country Homestead said this is one of her favorite films. Okay.
Yeah, I think Tom Hanks is one of the.
Okay, I think I have heard that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I like him. So.
Well, Sally, you said that we were going to try to keep it on theme of some description. So, do you have an adventure story of local?
No, I really don't have a story.
Oh, you can tell us one. I know.
Itchy.
You're itchy. Actually, my fringe is itchy.
It's like a little itchy, sweaty kind of, I couldn't wear a wig. I couldn't wear a wig like all day. You know how people wear wigs? I couldn't do it.
Well, it's interesting.
If I get bald, I'm just going to get the spray and just spray my hair on,
Well, you know what? Sometimes actually, a lot of people actually look quite nice without hair, like with the with a bald head. It looks quite sexy, some people.
My girlfriend lost all her hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has that alopecia.
Alopecia, right. Does she look better without hair then, do you think?
I'm used to looking at her like that now.
Okay.
Sometimes she puts on those little, head things and stuff when it gets cold, but
okay.
She has the right face, Like some people shave their head like it looks, if you have the right face.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I've got a girlfriend, she was wearing a wig because she lost her hair from cancer. And it hasn't grown back very much. And it's been like nearly 8 years or something. It's still quite short. But she actually prefers to wear wigs. So High Country Homestead, Susan says, I think better quality wigs are more breathable. Yeah. So what are you trying to say, Susan, that our wigs aren't high quality? What are you trying to say, Susan?
Offended. Oh, my goodness.
I got it trademarked. Yeah, I think you're right, Susan. I think the better quality wigs not so itchy and scratchy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're a little bit better quality than Walmart wigs, but these aren't excellent quality, but they're hot.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to wear this every day, right?
No.
So, can I ask, do you reckon if you didn't know me, do you reckon this would be my hair? Could this be my hair? If you didn't know me, could this be my hair? Does it look real?
Yeah, to me it does. I mean, you're kind of messy, but
okay, people in the chat, I
like your real hair.
I like my real hair too. You know what I'm trying to say.
I always wanted to be able to do this. I've always had short hair. When I was a little girl, I had long hair, but then when I grew up in high school and everybody had their ears cut out and that,
All right.
So
Karen's got here, why did you buy the wig, Dora? Well, of course, I bought the wig because I was going to a fancy dressed up as Dora the Explorer. That's why I have this wig. That's why I have this outfit. So that's why I have this backpack.
Did you just get that wig for your Halloween or whatever?
No. I've had this in my dress up box for ages. So I bought this Barbie bag to go with the outfits. And these shorts. I'm a Harry high pants at the moment. There we go. Do I look like Dora now?
There you go. You have the little tennis shoes on too.
No, I've got no shoes on. I'm barefoot, but not pregnant. So yeah, I wore it to a fancy dress, basically. So that's why Karen and I have the wig and the backpack. And I haven't worn this. So when we had this opportunity to do a wig off, I thought, okay, I get to dress up as Dora.
Yeah. We have another secret, right, Dora?
Oh, we do have another secret.
Yes.
But you need to do something about that secret
yes,
first.
I'm getting, yes, very soon.
Okay. Good.
The suspense.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Yes, they look like DTE. What does that DTE stand for, Karen?
Dora the Explorer.
Oh, of course.
I think the wig is squishing your smart brain.
I've never seen that before. All right, there you go. All right, I reckon, Sally, you need to tell a funny story about one of the times you wore this wig.
I could tell a story about my Bonita when I had her in the car.
Okay,
I had that auburn long wig on with a like a sun visor thing.
Yeah.
And I had her looking out the window, and she had like a shirt on and stuff, and she's looking out the window. And I was sitting in the parking lot in the Sam's Club, I think it was, and there was this guy in a truck next to me, and he kept looking. He was on the phone, blah, 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 and he's looking over, and he kept looking over, and he was getting really mad because he was looking, and he looked again, and she's staring at him, right? And I don't think he understood what she's a skeleton. And I got out of the car. He goes, she keeps staring at me. I said, sir, that is a skeleton. It's fake. And he's like, well, I'm from Georgia and blah, blah. I'm like, well, what's the difference if he's from Georgia? I don't know. But he was so mad that it was staring at her. I said, it's not even real.
That's kind of funny, isn't it? But it just shows that people can be like way too serious. Like,
yeah, he was like, and I saw him, so I got out of the car real quick, and I said, that's not real.
That is so
she
weird.
had that big curly wig on. I guess he couldn't see her sunken face, so. Oh. But a lot of people liked it when I had those two little lushes in my car, because they, especially when I had them, when they, they would wave to me and stuff because they would see them in the car. But when I picked them up at the bar that time and they were drunk, that DK'd, she was laying in the back there. They're luscious, man. Ooh.
Okay, I'll have to see that video now.
Yeah, they're bad.
What's it called?
I'll have to text you because I have over 500 videos. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll get you. Okay, well, if you find it, no stress. Send it to me, and then I can get to watch it. But so is there anyone that would like to come on? You don't have to wear a wig if you don't want to, guys. I know. I mean, we came prepared, but look, I guess I gather, guys, that I did not prepare you guys, so I get it. But does anyone have a funny story they would like to share? You're welcome to come on live with us. I can take another four people on the live if you want to jump on and say hello. I'll put the link in the chat.
Wait, what's going on with Paula? Who unsubbed? Anyone who unsubbed is a weenie.
Yeah, I think so. No, Susan was saying that when she did a premiere, which I don't understand, she did a premiere, and she said that people unsubscribed. I think what you're trying to say, Susan, I reckon they're just they're robot people. I wouldn't say they were unsubscribing because you did a premiere.
Yeah, because sometimes when I have my live, I'll get like 15 subscribers and then it'll go down 10. Yeah.
I wouldn't take it personally. You don't need those subscribers anyway, Susan.
Sometimes it's those little creepers too. They're doing that just to pee you off,
Exactly. I was on someone's
Don't even look at that.
Yeah, I was on someone's live the other day. I can't remember who it was. And they were saying, some weirdo was saying something funny. And how people, when you're on the live, you read out the comments. And I was listening to the comments going, what the hell is she reading out? That's really weird. And it was some weirdo person, saying something stupid, and then they deleted them, the person. But anyway, it was just I always say when I'm doing a live, I don't actually read out the chat very often, too often, because sometimes they're weirdos. So I don't really want to give them any airtime. So I just don't even read. I just go, I just pretend they're not there. Yeah. Basically, ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Yeah, you usually say hello to someone and then you just go on with your business.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, whatever.
That way your topic stays the same because like Evie and Paula, and when we do our topics, they always go way over to right field or left field. They never stay the same. So, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, there's always going to be trolls, but, trolls give you hours. Sometimes trolls will just watch. Yeah. And if you just don't give them any airtime, then they can't give you any power. So I just don't give people the power.
I've turned many trolls around though too, telling them.
Yeah, true. You have, haven't you?
That I pray for them, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, you're too nice."
They probably need the praying.
Yeah, really. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, guys, I've told my story. You've already had your story. Does anyone else want to come on and say anything? Is there a question you want to ask? Do you want to know where we got these wigs so you could buy a wig yourself?
Yeah, we can have another wig off. Wig out. Let's wig out.
Okay. So let's put the question out there. If we actually organized it and gave you time, I can't, the time is the issue, guys. As I said, I can't make it available for everyone in the right time because there's so many different time zones, right?
Yeah.
But just say, for example, if I made this live a week's time, would that give you enough time to get a wig? Would people want to be involved? Let's put it out there.
And I'll have a story in a week too.
Okay, you have a story. I'll have another story. Karen, would you be available in another week's time? That will give you a week to get a wig.
Yeah, where's Rhonda? I thought she was coming.
Oh, Rhonda was something her husband pulled her in for something. So Rhonda would probably be available because she has a wig. She's probably would be available. I gave her a bit more time. I just really wanted just to pull the Band-Aid off and just do it and see what happened, basically, and see if it was well received.
Come on, you could do it like Dora and me. We don't care.
Susan. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Karen's committing. Karen's saying, yeah. Okay, cool. So we got Karen, we got Sally, we got me. I think Rhonda would probably be involved. That's 4. Probably if you can let Paula know. So Sally.
What's that?
You can let Paula know. I'll book it again. So guys, can I just ask, is this time okay? Like an hour before?
Isn't Paula still here?
No, I think she's gone out to the field. She's doing something in the field.
Oh, okay. I'll let Paula know and Rhonda.
Yep. So Susan's going definitely will in a week. Okay, cool. We've got a few people. Okay, all we need is a 4 or 5 and we're going to party, right?
Same time?
Yep, same time. So Miss Paula's back. Paula, can you do it in a week's time? Same time in a week's time with a wig. Start time is good. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll schedule that now so that, guys, it's in there in the system.
1 week, darling.
1 week. And I think I feel like I'll come back with a different wig. I think I want a different wig because that's the whole idea of wigs. You can change it. Like I'm a little bit jealous, Sally, that you get to change all these wigs.
Don't be envious.
Oh,
Did you watch Rhonda's video on the difference between envious and being jealous?
That's her latest one. I haven't watched that one. I will actually have to watch that one.
If you were here, I would let you borrow some.
Okay, well, that's good too. So I'm just going to put the link to, someone was asking about, Gaza was asking about Miss Paula's video. So let me just get the link for Miss Paula's video about climbing her Everest. So I can share that in the link so people can go check that out. Share, copy link.
We can make up stories, High Country. You can make up a story. Debbie Sue has lots of stories. She said she has wigs, but no stories.
So Heather can join next week too. Yay, Heather. So, Susan, you have lots of stories. Susan is like one of these people that's mysterious. Every time I have a conversation with Susan, she adds something a little bit intriguing. I go, what? I didn't know about that. She has all these things. I won't even mention a lot of them because she might eventually start telling them in her story. You
have to watch the video.
That's right. You have to. Okay. So, guys, I just dropped in the chat that link is not a link to our private site to earn me money on OnlyFans or anything like that. That's a link to Mrs. Paula Does Retirement, her link to her video about climbing her Everest. Is a wig required? Yes, Miss Paula.
It's called a Wigout.
It's a Wigout. In 1 week's time, Miss Paula, come on, you can go. I got this from a secondhand shop, guys. Go to a secondhand, a thrift shop, an op shop. Don't buy it brand new because it's just for fun. So you just get a secondhand one. You know, it might have been used someone else. So maybe air it out so it doesn't have any nits.
Yeah, you can always wear it with your hubs.
Okay, so yeah, so you don't have to buy brand new, guys. I'm not asking you to buy brand new. Or borrow it from a friend. That's another thing. If you have a friend that's like Sally that has like a whole bag full of wigs.
Yeah.
Obviously her and Sergio.
Or drama team or drama coach or something.
Her and Sergio must get up to some funky stuff with all their different wigs together. Because you saw Sergio before, he was even dressing up with the wigs.
Yeah,
so
he wears
what they get up to.
But I don't have anything to do with Sarge. Sarge, my beautician. I mean, he ended up scaring me in my bed. You know, I was like, get the heck out of here. You have to watch the video to understand, guys.
Okay, you got to find that video and send it to me.
Clean fun. It's clean fun.
Okay, all right. So, guys, like I said, I'm not asking you to buy a wig. I'm asking you to borrow a wig, get a secondhand wig, get an op shop wig. It doesn't have to cost you a lot of money, guys. Or if you just want to participate in the live just by watching, you're welcome to do that.
Yeah.
But we've got Susan, we've got Sally, we've got Karen, we've got Heather. Rhonda's probably going to come. Miss Paula, if she can find a wig, will come. That's 6.
They might have them on clearance at the Walmart or something too.
Yeah, because Halloween just finished, so there's probably some Halloween wigs floating around. Allison's just turned up. Oh crap! I'm at work.
Allison, how are you?
Allison's got a wig. Allison, do you have a wig? Do you have a wig, Allison? Because we're going to do it in 1 week's time, Allison. So we've got a bit of time. So yeah, I reckon Allison has some wigs. I reckon. I think Allison
she so wants to do this.
Oh yeah, this is totally up Allison's.
We're doing it again, Allison.
We're doing it again. This is just a
same
trial.
bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll schedule it again so that basically you guys can click on there and see the time zone in your area. So if you go to my live list, I'll schedule it later today, and it'll sit up the top and it'll say scheduled. You click on it, and it'll notify you of the time in your zone. Okay, but I want to do it exactly the same time, 6:15 a.m. here in Australia, in Brisbane. So that's 7:15 for Susan in Victoria. Gaza, if you want to become, if you've got a wig, hey, guys can be involved. It's not just a women-only thing.
Really.
It can be guys too. So guys, because I have the free version, we can swap people in and out. So for example, I can have more people on the screen, but I just can't put more people on the screen now because there's no one else there. Whoops. So we can have more people, but as I said, I can swap people in and out.
Okay.
So let me wander through the store and see if I can just pop one on. Oh, she's going to find one. Okay. So Allison's just going to go find a wig. Okay, this is great.
I'm going to swap out because I want to take mine off.
Okay, swap out.
All right, honey. Love you. Bye.
Bye. So, Allison, I'm just putting the link in the chat. If Allison wants to come on. This is great. I love how Allison is so flexible. Like, she's just like, I will go find a wig in one of the booths and I'll come on. Love that about Allison. And just because you're not like Allison and crazy doesn't mean I don't love you. How long is your live now? 1 hour. I will finish actually, Susan. So if you've got things to do, Susan, you're not going to miss out on anything. I always say don't watch replays. You've got better things to do in your life. You'll catch me on a live another day. But in 1 week's full time, we'll do another live, which you'll be involved in, Susan. So please tell us, is there any news on calves? Allison is very spontaneous. That's probably why we connect because I'm very spontaneous, if you haven't noticed already. So if anyone doesn't know, High Country Homestead is Susan, and Susan lives in the high country of Victoria, and she has a farm, 160 acres that she farms herself, and she has lots of cows, and these cows are having calves at the moment. So it's very, very exciting. She had a video that she premiered yesterday. You see, if you haven't seen that, you should go see that. Oh, Susan's about to come on too. Hey, Susan. I'll stay around if you want to jump on, Susan. Go find a wig. Go on, Susan. Please. Susan has been threatening me to do a live for ages, guys. So if you guys follow Susan, you know that she started doing lives, and there's no more calves yet. Okay, that's all right. She's had 2 calves being born. So she's got Clover, who she did a video on yesterday, and then there's a new one called Domino, which I love the name Domino. But so anyway, we're anticipating that Susan's going to come on. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, I've got 5 minutes, Susan. So if you want to hang around, guys, and see High Country Homestead, Susan is going to go find a wig. So that will be fun. You know, it's always fun when Susan has never been on a live with me. So she's been threatening for ages. So I'm very excited. So if you're not so excited, well, I'm excited. That's the main thing. And Alison is still looking around trying to find a wig out of a booth. So this is very exciting, guys. Sally's got here. Paula, then you can come on next week with us. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I will set up another live for next week, a week's time. Got to run before, what? Susan's got here. Sorry, Alison's got here. Got to run before I get in trouble. Okay. So the link is in the chat, Alison, if you want to, and Susan, or whoever wants to jump on, the link is in the chat. Just got to click on the link. But you got to the problem is you're going to have StreamYard on the phone to actually go through. It's not the normal the YouTube app. So that could add to a little confusion there. So Karen's got, remember to like the chat. Thank you, guys. Like the chat. Okay, so the link is in the chat. Susan already knows that the link is set up because we've actually done StreamYard in the background before. We were practicing lives together. So that was fun. So I've actually met Susan on a live before, but we just haven't been live. We've just done a private live. So she's already got it set up on her computer. So I'm excited. What kind of wig do you reckon? I actually reckon Susan's got a red wig. I don't know why. I'm just thinking it's a red wig. Can anyone let's put a guess out there what Susan's wig is going to be like. Alison's, who knows what Alison's going to have. Alison is so spontaneous that she's probably found some random wig. Purple. So, okay, Debbie Sue's got purple. Yeah, you're right. I reckon for some reason I think that's her favorite color. Why do I know that? I think Susan's favorite color is purple. I think she's got a big personality. So I'm going with big colors like red, like Sally D, like big personality, greens, purples. Yeah, purple. I'm going red. Anyone else got to take her what kind of style wig she might have and what color? Susan, don't leave us hanging, hey. She said 5 minutes. We'll give her 5 minutes. I'm sure she'll come back with a wig. She's probably going frantically through boxes right now trying to find a wig. Love that. Silver. Ooh, yeah, she could have a silver wig. I'm going red. Debbie Sue's got purple. Miss Paula's got silver. Anyone else got to take her? So I'm trying to understand what Alison's saying. Got to run before I get in more trouble. Oh, okay. I think maybe she's saying because she's actually working. So Alison's actually working in her booths today. booths. So maybe she's She'll be walking around the giant indoor mall of a vintage. Actually, Karen, did you actually go to her mall, like where she actually has her store, her booth, when you were in Texas? Did she take you there? I'm very intrigued about how it looks. So I actually volunteer at a couple of op shops, so thrift shops. So you did go there. Okay, so Alison did actually takes Karen to where her booths are. That's great. So I've actually been doing private videos with Alison. I've been taking her around where I've been volunteering so she can actually have a look at the op shops. And Alison is just she's spontaneous, but she's very, very crafty, right? Like, I mean, she's doing a lot of craft videos at the moment. If you've been watching Alison, so Living Life After 55, she has been doing a lot of crafting videos about getting ready for Christmas. And she's got such a great knack for doing Christmas ornaments and decorations. I love watching it, actually. So here I am doing a lot, like a live just between us two. And she's like, oh, you could do this, you could do that. Like, you know, the little teacups? I'm giving her secrets out here, guys, but she won't care. But, you know, like little saucers and cups. In a lot of op shops, you can get the fancy ones. She was saying, oh, Dora, you could buy those. You melt candles into the cups. And she goes, they sell for a lot of money, Dora. And I'm like, that's a really cool idea. So, like, if you ever want to do some, you know, like make some extra pocket money, so to speak, you should talk to Alison, because I reckon Alison has so many ideas about how to, you know, put things together to sell. I don't know why she doesn't have a private Facebook page that she sells all these little knickknacks, because I reckon she'd make quite a little bit of money out of that. Though I think she's quite a busy lady, like between making her booth pretty and working in the booth, sourcing all the things to put in the booths, making all the things. She's quite a busy lady. I think the giant store is empty of everything. There's like 100 plus booths in there in a variety of sizes. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's quite big. Who knew I'd need a wig to get started in my channel? No, you don't need to do that. This is just a bit of fun, Miss Paula. Miss Paula's got here, Alison is a wonderful crafter. She's amazing, isn't she? Like, I'm surprised when she comes out with this stuff. I'm like, honestly, I was walking around and she's like, oh, you could do that. You could do this. Oh, that's really expensive, Dora. You should get that, or you should do that. I'm like, I have a craft box at home. I mean, I'm at home anyway. I have a craft box with lots of different things, but like I have lots of unfinished things I need to do. Like, you know, the sea glass idea, like the necklaces I was trying to make that I did a live with Heather. I've still not finished that yet. So I don't need to start anymore. Getting charger pack. Do I need to press the link? Where is the link? Okay, I'm putting the link here for you, Susan. All right, guys, stand by. Susan is just getting her phone charged because we don't want her to drop out in the middle of our live. Okay, guys, any other colors we think? Okay, so we've got purple, red, silver. Heather's got, we should do some sea glass lives. We should actually, because that was fun. And that was the last time I've actually touched the stuff. And I've since bought some more wire. So yes, Susan, we do need to do that. Sorry, Susan, Heather. Oh God, I'm getting my names mixed up. So Heather and I did a sea glass wiring live a little while ago. So Heather's backyard is very, very, she actually used to be a geologist. So she knows a lot about rocks and crystals and things like that. So with that, she actually started doing a lot of wiring. So she knows how to do the wire necklaces. And so she shared that knowledge with us on a live once upon a time. And since then I have bought some new wire because that live, I bought the wrong wire. So since then I've bought another bit of wire. So yes, we do need to book that in, Heather. Oh my God, guys, she has just, oh my God, guys, she has this room in her house that has everything you could think of in there. It's like a kindergarten for grown-ups. Right. Is that the crafting room you're talking about, Karen? That's her craft supply shop room, Miss Paula says. Yes, Miss Paula, says Karen. Okay, yeah. There was the last video I watched of hers where she was making some craft. She was doing it in her craft room, and I was just like, wowzers, this craft room's got so much stuff. That's great. I mean, I think it's really great that she has that hobby. Like, I mean, it's really good to have hobbies, right? And that's her hobby. She's amazing at it. Like, I think the stuff that she's made, like, she sent me some pictures of some of her things, and I'm like, how inventive. Like, she made some like decorate like a doorstop and had a Santa's face with hair and all like tinsel around it, and she was going to give it to her mum. I thought that's so nice. I think we all need craft rooms, right? Every craft thing imaginable, right? And it's got lots of cupboards, right? Okay, guys, so stay tuned. I think our friend Susan with a wig will be coming on soon. She's just finding a battery pack. Let me just see if she sent me a message on... Oh, she has. No. She's just liked a message that I sent her on Facebook. So this is exciting. I'm very excited to do a live with Susan, because Susan and I have talked about this for ages. I think Susan has ran off. That's what Miss Paula said. Yeah, probably. Well, she could have ran off to see the calves, because the calves are calving. Okay. Device does not connect. Okay. Let me just send a message to Susan, because Susan, I saw you. Okay, here we go. Guys, we've got it. Add to the stage.
Oh my God!
Oh, hello! Wow!
Yeah, it's this one's my mauve wig. I've got
Debbie Sue one. Debbie Sue was one. That actually looks kind of real. I
know.
like that.
I have been known to wear it out shopping on the odd occasion just to freak people out.
Oh, wow.
I've got this one. I've got a burgundy one. I've got a really, really long black one that I used to use like years and years ago when I did tarot readings. I used to wear the black gothic wig. And I've got a blonde bob.
Okay, wait on. Stop.
So,
you used to do tarot readings?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I used to have, it was, look, YouTube had probably just started, but I had about 20,000 people on my tarot Facebook page.
This is back in the day. This is what I'm saying with you. Every time I have a conversation with you, you add these little tidbits, and you think they're just not, they're no big deal. I don't know what you're talking about, Dora. And you just happen to mention, I used to do tarot reading of the black wig, and I used to have 20,000 people on my Facebook page. What the hell?
I used to do festivals, and I used to go to like the Mind, Body, Spirit festivals as well. You know, the one in Melbourne in the exhibition building.
I used to go to them. They're fun. So you used to go and read tarot there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I've also done, I did my Reiki. I did all the different stages in Reiki, and I've done my Reiki masters, but then I never did anything with it after that. I always planned that when I moved up here to this property that I would have like, what do you call it when you get people come up and you might get 10 people to stay for the weekend, and during the weekend you can do Reiki and read tarot and sort of talk to the moon and all that sort of stuff. And I just never sort of did.
You can still do that.
I know I could. It's just been off my radar for such a long time. I forget. And the only reason we're talking about it now is because I talked about my long black wig. I love that wig, but it needs a brush.
Maybe you should wear that next Sunday morning.
Next week, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, so while you were looking for your wig, I was asking everyone to guess what color your wig would be. I guessed red. Debbie Sue won. She said purple.
Debbie Sue's
so good on you.
Yeah. I do like this one. It is a fave. I mean, look, years ago when I was in my 20s, I had black hair because I was a goth. Back in the day, I was full on goth. And I had the huge chunky black boots with the buckles and like the outfits with the buckles. And I've still got them. Like, I love my goth clothes. I do. But, I mean, can you imagine me traipsing around in the paddock trying to deliver a cow wearing sort of flowing black goth gear and the full-on wig and my boots, my beautiful boots. I'm not wearing those out in the bloody paddock, I can tell you. But I've got them just in case I ever need them again. And then, so then I had black hair. In my 30s, I went red, so I was a full-on redhead. But, yeah, I've been purple or mauve for, a fair while now.
Right.
Like a bit of variety.
Yeah, well,
I tried blue once, but blue didn't look good.
Right. Okay. Have you ever actually had long hair? Like real long hair? Have you ever actually had really long hair before?
Oh, I've probably had it this length, maybe a little bit longer, like my own natural hair. But my own natural hair is very, very fine. So it just doesn't look good. It's just it gets too stringy looking.
Okay.
I just find it looks better. It has more body to it when it's short.
Right. Well, you've shocked us by actually jumping on the live at such last minute. That's amazing. Yeah. I know. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't expecting that. That's so cool.
I asked a couple of times. I said, "How long's your live? How long's your live?" Because I thought if I've got enough time, I'll get ready. But I wasn't sure. I think you were missing the question all the time. And when you finally did get it, you misunderstood what I meant, and that wasn't your fault. I typed it badly. So, but we're here.
We're here.
And now you want a travel story, huh?
Yes, we want a travel story.
Okay, well, hey, I've got them.
Yep.
Okay. Well, look, I'm sure by next week I'll have better travel stories.
Okay.
But the one I'm going to tell you, it's very short. But the last time I was in the UK, I was staying with for a time I was staying with my cousin and his family. Now he is a pilot, not a commercial pilot. He flies for fun. It's a hobby. All his mates are commercial pilots, so he's probably had a fair bit of experience flying. But anyway, he decided, how about we hire a plane and we can either go to Glasgow, Edinburgh, or the Isle of Man. And I thought, what the hell? Look, I've been to Glasgow and Edinburgh a few times, but I'd never been to the Isle of Man. So I thought, let's go to the Isle of Man. This will be fun. So myself and my cousin and a few of his mates, we had this plane. I don't know where he got it from. I guess if you're a pilot, you have your contacts. So we got this plane and we went to the airport in Leeds and headed off to the Isle of Man. And when you go for your pilot's license, they teach you, what to do when things go wrong. So one of the things you have to learn is if your plane stalls while it's up in the air or the engine stops or something like that, you need to know how to restart the plane. And that's something that they do all the time when they have an instructor with them before they go for their license. Now, I didn't know all of this, and I love traveling, but I really hate flying. And like flying to Europe is awful. But there's only so many hours I can maintain that level of sheer terror for, you know. So in the end, I just sort of zonk out and go to sleep, and hopefully I'm there by the time the plane arrives, you know. And I've woken up and I'm on the other end and everything's good. So we're halfway across to the Isle of Man, and my cousin, as a joke, decides to kill the engine because he knows I'm terrified of flying. And I lost my shit. And there's, of course, there's in the plane, there's all these bells and alarms going off because he's cut the engine, and I'm sitting up front with him, and I can see quite plainly the propeller isn't going. And I'm thinking, holy hell, we're going to die. And he's just sitting there laughing, and then, of course, he says, no, not a problem. Look, I do this all the time. Let me just restart it. Well, it wouldn't, would it? It wouldn't restart. So he's trying to get this thing going. And then he's starting to panic. And then all his mates who are in on the joke and thinking that this was all really wonderful, well, they started panicking. And in the end, there's like four or five of us in this plane, while it's sort of like gliding in, and all these alarms are going off and everyone's screaming, and you know, he got the thing going in the end, because I'm here to tell you about it. But honestly, for someone who has already had a phobia of flying, I am never getting into a small aircraft ever again, especially with my cousin. Especially with my cousin. So that's my story, and yeah, it's a short one, but
love it.
Anyone who has a phobia of flying will completely understand that, I think.
Oh wow.
And I still haven't forgiven him. I talked to him, but I haven't forgiven him.
Is he still flying planes?
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, on and off. Like I said, it wasn't a job for him. It was just a bit of a hobby.
Yeah.
And his best mate is a proper commercial airline pilot who flies, you know, from the UK to Australia and Australia to America. He flies the big airlines, you know. So my cousin can go flying with his mate all the time. So how often my cousin flies on his own, I'm not sure.
Right. Well, that's funny as.
Yeah.
That's
In hindsight, and yeah, it is a great story.
I mean, it's a heart attack story. You had a heart attack up there.
Oh, he thought it was the best thing ever, you know. And I swear, having to get back on the plane to fly back to Leeds after that weekend, and I told him, you do that again, I'll kill you. I will never talk to you again. But I think it actually did freak him out a bit as well, because he was starting to panic. Like, it was getting to the point where he really, like, because we were losing altitude. And you know, we were losing altitude slowly, so you know, we still had time up our sleeve, clearly, but we were losing altitude, and you could see he was starting to panic, and in the end, everyone was panicking and not very happy.
I bet you that was probably only over 2 minutes, but it felt like half an hour.
Look, probably, I'd have to agree with you there, but. Oh, look, it felt like it went for hours, like time really slowed down.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good story. That's a good story.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you survived, and you're here to, you know, to brace up your presence.
You and me both, yeah. I mean, at least we were over water. I think that's a good thing. Maybe it wasn't. Eh.
Oh, no. How high were you, do you reckon? Could you see the ground?
Oh, God. No, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I mean, a few years ago, I might have been able to tell you. Could I see the ground just, I think, from memory? Yeah.
Okay. Either way, it was going to hurt, put it that way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. But I haven't been in a small plane since, and if I did, I'd certainly make sure it was a twin engine and not a single, because this is a single engine. Right. And there is some comfort in knowing that if your engine fails, you've got a second one, but we didn't in this plane, so yeah.
Oh my God. So we actually have Nana Ange nails it there. So she's saying hello. She's saying, we look lovely, ladies, with our lovely hairdos.
I'm so glad you're reading it, because I don't have my glasses with me. I didn't think to bring them out, so I can't read anything. So,
okay. So Nana Ange, that's Susan from High Country Homestead. If you haven't worked that out, Ange, that's Susan. The notorious Susan.
Yes.
Very notorious.
I am notorious.
You are notorious. You could change your name. You could you call one of the cows notorious?
Look, yeah, maybe. Hey, look, I matched the flowers. Can you see the flowers?
You do match your flowers. Actually, it's actually nearly the same colour.
Yeah, it is. Lilac.
Yeah, right. Is that actually your favourite colour?
Look, red is probably my favourite colour. Like, my KitchenAid mixer is red. I like pops of red around the house, and I really like green. So I like the Christmas colours, the red and green. But I also really love autumn tones. And I guess a lot of the Christmas colours come from autumn tones as well. So, the reds and the golds and the different shades of green and stuff, rust colours, all sort of autumny toned things.
Right.
And purple and lilac wigs.
Right. Well, it's great that you pulled the wig out. So is there a box of wigs? Do you have that nearby? Like, how did you find this quite easily?
Oh, well, in my wardrobe, or above the wardrobe, if you go to Spotlight, you have Spotlight up there, don't you? The craft stores. You can buy these big foam heads that you can put wigs or hats on.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah, they're only $5 to buy them.
Okay.
So, because I found that if I pack them away in a box or something, and you pull them out, and they're all sort of, matted, and even though they've been in a box, so I actually have them above the wardrobe, all on their own head, so to speak.
How many do you have? How many of your heads do you have?
4.
Okay, you're a serious wigger. This is right up your alley.
Oh yeah, I love wigs. Wigs are so much fun.
Yeah, right. So when was the last time you actually wore a wig? You said you go shopping with this wig a bit every now and then to freak people out.
Yeah, every now and again. Look, this wig in particular.
Or any wig. Any wig. When was the last time you wore a wig out?
When I had to get my photo done for my gun license.
So you wore a wig?
Yeah. They didn't know. I didn't tell them. I didn't go in there and say, I'm wearing a wig. Can you take my photo? But look, my hair on the day wasn't looking good. So I made sure it was a more realistic looking wig than the one that I'm currently wearing.
So what colour was it? See,
it was the blonde. Oh, bye, Heather. Bye. It was the blonde bob.
Blonde bob, right.
Yeah.
It's so funny because like a gun license would be like a car license. You're not allowed to smile. You've just got to look very serious. So the fact that you're wearing a wig's even funnier.
I know.
my goodness. Yeah, right. You are.
I mean, really, if I'd gone in wearing like a purple, the bright purple one or this one, I think they would have twigged. So I just made sure that I wore one that looked realistic, more realistic.
I actually don't. I actually think it looks like that's not so bad. Like I actually think it doesn't look. It looks like you just got you purpled your hair.
Yeah. Oh, and I have had my hair this colour too. And I think that's the trick. That's the trick too. If you're going to buy a wig or wear a wig out in public, you've got to have it something that you would be seen in anyway. Like anyone who knows me, even if I go into town, like over the years, people have seen me red, black, purple, lilac, because I've dyed my hair all those colours over the years. Yeah, so you sort of get something that's in the ballpark of what you would normally be seen looking like anyway.
Yeah.
And then it works.
So people are saying that you're hilarious, Susan, because that's just funny. That's very funny. Because like a gun license is a serious thing. And you're wearing a wig. That's just funny. Very funny.
Yeah, but I look cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I think you look very cute in this wig. I actually think your next live needs to be wearing that wig. Just saying.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I always intended to wear this wig just for my lives, because there's this other girl I watch, and she always wears a bright blue wig every time she does a live, and I thought, and that's part of her theme, it's part of her character, and I thought I really like that idea. I could wear one of my purple wigs, but it wouldn't work for every live, of course. If I end up in a paddock, it clearly isn't going to work. I'd probably end up with a cow running off with it or something, Yeah, that'd
be funny.
Because they would all want to come. Yeah, they'd all want to come up and see what the hell I've got on my head, and then someone's bound to have a bite.
Yeah.
And then they'll just take off, and the live would end up being me chasing one of my cows, tear-assing down the paddock wearing my wig.
I'd pay to see that.
Well, look, it could work. It'd probably go viral, and then I could afford to buy thousands of wigs, and then it wouldn't matter. Collateral damage.
Well, this is true. Well, I've got to say, I definitely look forward to whatever colour you bring us next week. Probably.
I'll bring you something different. Yeah.
Something different. I'll have to find something different. So obviously next week we've got Heather's going to come, Sally's going to come, Karen's going to come, Rhonda will come, Miss Paula we're hoping will come when she finds a wig, and whoever else wants to join in, because even if we have more than 6 people, we're just going to swap people in and out. We can have people swap in and out. So it's all doable, and it doesn't have to be females. It can be males too. Males can wear wigs, right? I will send a message to Paul. I'll send a message to Paul. And I'll see
that'll be fun.
Okay. Actually, you know who I think would probably come on? Mike.
Oh yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah, Mike would. I reckon Mike would. Mike's a lot of fun. He'll be in on that.
So
not to say that Paul isn't a lot of fun, but
he's dry fun. He's dry fun.
Yeah.
He's like that back end slap on the back of the head fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where Mike is just like have a chat kind of fun. So yeah, I'll send him a couple of messages through the week. It'll give more people more warning. But yeah, look, this has obviously been well received. But we will finish up. But unfortunately, Alison's not come back, so we didn't want her to get in trouble. So Alison will be disappointed that she couldn't come back and join us. But that's okay. It gives Alison a bit more time to get a wig. Let me just see if she's actually sent a message. Yeah, it'll give more time for Alison to come back with a message. And Debbie Sue's got Mike would be in it too. Yeah, I definitely think Mike is be right up Mike's alley. I actually think Mike will probably have a wig hidden somewhere in his I reckon he does too. Yeah. Yeah, I reckon too. So anyway, guys, thank you, Susan, for jumping on. I think it's amazing that you did that. And I love the wig. I think it looks so you.
Thank you.
I think everyone's G'd up to watch us next week. All of us, which would be great.
Now, I do have one real beginner's question for you before we go.
Okay, sure.
For someone who's never done this before,
Mm-hmm.
when you end this live, is that it? Like, how do I get off this thing?
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I'll end it. I'll end the live stream, and it basically means that we're still in the back end together.
Okay.
So we can talk privately.
Right, and
so
then
anyway,
we can help.
Yeah. Say bye to everyone, and I'll let you know how it works. See you guys.
Okay, well, bye, everyone. Bye. Lovely to see you all. Well, lovely for you to all see me. Bye.
Bye. Okay, let me end this. End.